Hello everyone, myself Sowmya, Assistant Professor in CSE AIML Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this video, we are going to discuss about the variable rules in Flask. So coming to the overview of this presentation, this presentation is going to cover different variable rules and we will also see some example application with these rules. So coming to the different variable rules. So we have so many variables, like it may be a string variable, integer variable, a float variable. So how to specify the variables, and if it is a different variable, how to specify that type also. We are going to discuss about those things in this video. So we have a root method to build the URL. So at the time of building URL only, you're going to give the variable name. So what type of variable it is, whether it is an integer or float or string. So that we are going to specify in the root method itself. So coming to the example application. So here we are importing the Flask from the Flask module, and then you're creating object for the Flask class. The object name is app. So now you're setting the root. Using this method, you are setting the URL, you are building the URL. So what is the URL I'm assigning here? I'm setting here /hello as a constant, and after slash, you're using this symbol. So if you are using this symbol, in the sense, it represents a variable. So here I'm directly giving the variable name as name. So name of the variable is name. So if here I'm not specifying any data type. If you are not specifying any data type, the data type, default data type will be here. It is string. So the name is of type string variable. So now for this root, for this URL, the method, the viewing method will be hello underscore name. So here I'm taking this name. So this name will be passed here. So now whatever the name is there, that I'm directly displaying here. So actually it is a string. So that's why while displaying, you're using format specifier as %s. Hello %s. What is this indicates here? After closing the quotes, you need to specify that using %name. So name indicates what? It is a %s. So what is the output I'll get? Whatever the name you're giving in the URL, the same thing will be preceded with hello message. For example, here is the sample output. So this is my common or default localhost value, and after that port number, then /hello you have given the root, and after that slash you can give any variable name of type string. So I'm giving Sowmya here. The same thing will be displayed in the output as hello followed by the name given by the user. So we know this is not mandatory for all the application, but if you have multiple files in your application, you can write this code. So this is about string variables. So like string, we also have different types of variables, like we can also pass integer, we can pass float value, or we can pass the complete path. I mean, like instead of giving the variable names, you can give different paths also, like /CSE, and under that we have /AIML. So like that you can give the different paths here in the third category. So how to specify integer and how to specify float, we will see one example here. So here in this example, you're using both integer and float. So till this we know we are creating a object for Flask class. Here I'm setting the root. So what is the root I'm setting here? /blog, and after /blog again slash. Here I'm giving a variable post ID. The variable name is post ID, but the type is integer here. So in the previous example, we didn't specify the data type as string. Why? Because string is a default data type. So that's why you're not specifying any data type. But here it is integer. So that's why you need to specify int : followed by the variable name. So if I specify like that, the variable will be considered as of type integer. So now for this URL, what is the viewing function? So this is the viewing function. What is the viewing function? Show underscore blog. So this method is taking one parameter, post ID. So whatever the parameter, integer parameter variable you are passing in the URL, the same thing will be considered as a parameter here. So now what is returning? It is simply printing block number followed by the number we have given in the URL. But it is integer, so that's why you're specifying as %d. But after closing the quotes, you need to specify what is this d indicates. What is this d indicates? It indicates %post ID. The post ID value will be printed here. The same way, in the same program, I want to write a root, or I want to write one more method for indicating the float values. So for that purpose, again, I'm using the same syntax. So to set the root to build the URL. Here the root is /rev/ one variable name. What is that variable name? Reverse number is the variable name. And what is the type of this reverse number? It is float. So if it is other than string value, integer or float, you have to specify the data type before mentioning the variable name. So float colon reverse number. So for this URL, which method will be executed? Revision method will be executed. So this revision method is taking the same float parameter revision number and it is displaying the same number, revision number, percentile F. So percentile F indicates here float value. And what is this F? F is nothing but it is reverse number. The variable name you have to mention after closing the quotes. So that's all. This we know. For multiple files, we need to write this. So this is the output I'll get. If I want to get this or if I want to pass the integer value, I need to use this URL. And if I want to pass the float value, I need to use this URL. So for the first one, what is the URL? /blog/10. So 10 is an integer. Whatever the integer you're passing, that I'm getting as a blog number. And for the second method, what is the URL? After this default IP /reverse/one float value. The float value I'm giving as 12.23. The same thing I'm getting as a output from the server. So we will try to execute these applications in the Flask environment. So here simply I'm passing a variable name of type string. Right. This is also same, but here I'm using some different names for the functions. So that I'm saving as app1. So how to execute this? Just go to command prompt. So I have created a folder new, and first I need to activate the scripts in the environment. So now I need to run the application. How to run the application? Set flask_app is equal to our application name is app1.py and run the application using flask run. So it will generate the IP. Just copy this IP and paste it in any browser to get the output. You're not getting anything. Why? Because we have given some URL here. What is that URL? /home followed by /variable name. So /home/ I'm giving as the variable name as Sowmya. So here I'm getting hello comma the variable name which we passed Sowmya. Now if I change this Sowmya to MLR IT, then I will get hello comma MLR IT. So whatever the variable name you are passing, the same thing will be displayed in the output. And coming to the integers, here I can specify int : age. So here I can give this age, and instead of hello, I'm writing age. So it is integer, so I need to modify it to %d, and this %d indicate what? Age. So I'm just saving it. Now we'll try to run this app1.py flask run. So it is giving this IP. So I'm pasting it. After that /home/ the integer value I'm giving as 30. So here I'm getting age is equal to 30. The same way we can apply the same program for float value also. So I'm giving this as a price. So float value I'm taking as price. So here price is equal to float means %f. This percentile indicates what? Price. And I'm saving it. Now I'm running this application. So I'm just copying this IP, paste, followed by home, followed by the price is 100 rupee 20 pies. See, the price is 100 rupee 20 pies. The same thing I'm getting in the output. So in this way, we can send different variables in the URL as part of the URL, different type of variables like strings, integer, float. So So that's about different variable rules, how to use the different variable types in the setting the URL using root method in the Flask application. We have also seen the example applications in this video. Thank you.